Every time she went to the bathroom and urinated, she would see drops of blood in the toilet bowl. And after a few weeks, she was getting very concerned, finally making an appointment with her primary care doctor. Find out why the doctor she saw in the clinic failed to recognize that this was a warning symptom that ultimately led to a diagnosis of bladder cancer. You want to know what this is about? Come join me for a moment as I share with you a remarkable story. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law in the state of New York. This was a tragic case, a preventable case. So here this woman in her early 60s noticed that she was having bleeding every time she urinated. And again, at first she didn't think anything of it. It's like, okay, there's a few little drops, no big deal. But this went on for a period of weeks. And finally she got very concerned and made an appointment with the primary care doctor, who then referred her to the GYN clinic at her local municipal hospital near her home. And when she would go in, she would tell them, listen, I see blood in the toilet bowl every time I go. And you know what? To their credit, they did the right thing. They ordered a urinalysis, which is an evaluation of her urine to see and to check whether there was any blood in her urine. When she went back, they looked at it, they said, not a problem. But she'd go home, she'd notice again, there's blood in the toilet bowl every single time she would urinate. And again, she'd go back a few weeks later to the clinic and say, listen, there's still blood there. And they do another urinalysis. Guess what? She'd come back a week or two later for the results, and they said, not a problem. This is normal. It's within normal limits. Well, this went on for many, many months. And finally, the patient started having significant bleeding and got fed up with the results that she was getting from these doctors in training. She finally went to a gynecologist who evaluated what was going on and did some further testing, and the results were not good. It turns out she was diagnosed with bladder cancer. So this gynecologist was able to obtain copies of the records from the GYN clinic. And you know what it showed? It showed that there were abnormal findings in the urinalysis, and that the GYN doctors in training, the residents, failed to appreciate the fact that these were clear warning signs. And there were warning signs that this patient had bladder cancer. And by the time that this patient was ultimately diagnosed, she already had stage 4 bladder cancer. It had spread throughout her entire body. And she only lived a few more months after she had been diagnosed. And the sad reality is that this was a treatable type of cancer. If the GYN doctors had recognized when she first started going in there what was going on and sent her off for further evaluation, they would have recognized and diagnosed this condition, and then they would have been able to treat it in its early stages in stage 1. Instead, they failed to appreciate the significance of these laboratory findings. And as a result of that, this patient died as a direct result of their violations from the basic standards of medical care. So why do I share this great information with you? I share the story with you just to give you an insight and an understanding of how I helped one family obtain compensation as a result of the carelessness of a few GYN doctors in the clinic, doctors in training who were still learning under the supervision of more senior doctors. And I realize you're watching this because you've got questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter happened here in the state of New York and you've got legal questions and you're contemplating bringing a lawsuit against a doctor or hospital, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.